Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a video here about the niceness or meanness of different types of animals. I get lots of questions, probably 5 to 10 a day, asking me things like, are hedgehogs nice? Are possums nice? Are cockatiels nice? All different types of animals that I have, are they nice pets? Well, let me tell you just a little bit of background so you know more about how to pick a pet. Any animal can be nice or mean. Think about a dog. Most of you would say dogs are nice, right? Most dogs are awesome. But the dogs you're seeing, that your friend owns, that your mom owns, they've been raised correctly, and they've had good discipline, and they turned out to be great, loving dogs. You've also probably seen mean dogs. If not in person, I'm sure you've seen some on TV. The dogs can be nice or mean, depending on how they were raised. That's pretty much the same for any animal. Now, all different animals do have a little bit different instinct, if that's the right word. I'm pretty sure that would be the right word. They got a little bit different instinct, a little bit different, characteristics. So, like, one documentary I was watching the other week, I was watching on Tasmanian devils. And Tasmanian devils are known to be very aggressive. They'll fight each other, and they'll be very aggressive. But there was a guy there handling them, playing with them, giving them treats and other things like that, walking around right with them, and they were fine with him. They didn't bite him, but some of the bites they were doing to each other was pretty nasty, but they weren't making each other bleed or anything. So there's what I'm saying. Some breeds can be more aggressive than others, but going back to the dog thing, you can get a nice dog or you can get a mean dog, and it all depends on the breeder, how much that breeder handled them as a baby, how much that breeder cared for them and took them out of the cage, and all those things. And that's gonna be how that dog turns out. We're a product of our environment, just like animals. Your environment is what makes you who you are. Sure, DNA, has something to do with it. DNA makes your body, makes your brain, makes you who you are, kind of. But your environment is what brings you up to be who you're going to be. And that's the same with animals. So hedgehogs, all of my hedgehogs are super sweet. Same with all of my possums. I've also had questions online saying, hey, my hedgehog bites, what do I do? My hedgehog curls up and won't let me pick him up, what do I do? My possum bites me, I can't hold him, what do I do? Well, see, you got to be very careful, because when you buy a new pet, you never want to just buy on impulse. You want to go in there, you want to handle the pet, make sure they're nice, and if they're biting you, if they're not easily handled, that probably means they weren't raised very well. Humans live for 75 to 100 years. Our lifespan just keeps going higher. Possums, hedgehogs, bearded dragons, lots of other animals I own, their lifespan is under 10 years. So, let's just say in a human's life, the most important time for turning them into a good human would be, ages 3 to 5. Teach them good stuff, get them going in the right direction, let's say. Well, for a possum or a hedgehog or a bearded dragon, they only live 10 years. So their young or baby age, where they're going to be learning the most, it's only about 6 months long. So you're going to want to be finding a hedgehog or a possum from a breeder that's very good and that handles them a lot and that trains them well, so that you have a nice, calm, tame pet. If you breed a hedgehog, let's say we took 2 hedgehogs, okay? Let's say this first hedgehog in this hand, I'm just giving a demonstration. Let's say this hedgehog and this hedgehog were born at the same time, okay? This hedgehog I take out every day of the week for about 15 minutes. I play with him, I give him treats, I hold him, so on. All the time since he's 2 weeks old until he's 6 months old, okay? This hedgehog I take out maybe once a month. And it's hard to take him out after a couple months because doesn't really know me, and he starts getting kind of aggressive towards me. Well, so you see what's happening here. This hedgehog doesn't have very much interaction. He doesn't really know who humans are, so it scares him. It's not that he's really being aggressive towards me because he's trying to be mean. It's that he's scared. Okay, but this hedgehog I took out all the time, and I held him, fed him, all that. So he's real nice with humans. It's the same with a dog, same with a cat, same with anything. Same with a bird. So basically, if you're going to get a new pet, make sure you get them from a quality breeder. Any pet can be nice, and any pet can be mean of the same species. You just got to find a breeder like me that handles their hedgehogs or handles the type of animal that you want to get, handles them all the time, feeds them treats, make sure that they're used to humans and nice. Because there's lots of big mills out there, and by mills I mean like breeding centers, and they'll breed hedgehogs in mass quantities, or they'll breed mice and rats in mass quantities, and they never see humans. The most they see humans is when they open the cage, clean it really quick, throw food in there, and then close them back up. Those animals are what's shipped to pet stores usually. I'm not going to say any specific names, but Pet, the two big ones. There's another one, Pet something else. Lots of big name brands. They're not buying their pets from local good breeders. They're buying from a big mill somewhere that's just breeding these in mass quantities, and they don't have very much human interaction. So if you're going to buy a pet, remember, any animal can be nice and any animal can be mean. So if you're going to buy a pet, you're going to want to go to the pet store and handle them first. Don't just go into the pet store and say, ooh, this one looks nice, from behind the glass. Say, I want that one. Definitely don't do that. Do not impulse buy. Say, hey, let me handle this animal. Let me see how it acts. How old is it? Etc., etc. Ask some questions about it. Handle it, see how it acts, and then you know if it's going to be calm. If it's calm right out of its tank, then you'll be able to work with it. If it bites you or curls up into a ball and doesn't want anything to do with you, you might want to look elsewhere. If you're going to buy online, I've bought many of my pets online and I've had great success. But if you're going to buy online, one thing you can do is, if you're buying from an individual breeder, like I hope to become, you can always ask that breeder, hey, let me get some pictures, or better yet, let me get a video. Send me a video in my email of you handling the pet that I'm going to get, the exact pet that I'm going to get. Say you want a female hedgehog, female pinto hedgehog. Say, hey, show me one or two hedgehogs in a video so I can pick one. And that way the breeder will pick them up, let you see how they're handled, let you see that they're nice or not nice, depending on what they are, and then you can pick one. So never buy a pet without seeing it being held first, or holding it yourself first if you're buying it locally. But I just wanted to kind of clear that up, because I do get so many questions every day about, is this animal nice? Is this animal nice? It really doesn't depend on the species of the animal. It really depends on how it was raised. So just wanted to get that out there, and anyone looking for a pet, I hope you have a good experience, and if you have any questions, let me know, and happy pet keeping.